Hello, and welcome to a very special Thanksgiving episode of Hi, I'm Jason. And we're just going to jump right into it and introduce my co host, band leader, my everything. He's often been described, Justin Gonzalez.
Hey, I've got a little song for you, Jason. Here we go. Happy Thanksgiving to all of my friends. I hope that the turkey time never ends.
Magical. Justin, thank you for doing that song. I'm honored.
I'm excited that we're doing our first annual Thanksgiving show. This is, I think, awesome, man.
Me too. This is definitely our first annual, not our third, because the first Thanksgiving we're doing a show,
Yes.
and we plan to do this for generations to come.
L'adore, vador.
Anyone born after today will not. I don't know where my thought process was, but you get it. We have two very exciting guests today to join us for Thanksgiving. Our show on Thanksgiving. I live to make it awkward. And I wanted Arlo Guthrie to talk about the 8x10 color glossy photos with the circles and arrows and the paragraph on the back of each one, but there's not any way I could have gotten a hold of him. Instead, we have two very good friends, very funny and talented people, two headlining comedians. The first one is a former Miss New Jersey who's been a host on QVC, New Jersey 101.5, had an off-Broadway show called One Funny Mother. She had a game she created called Chardonnay Go. What hasn't she done? Dena Blizzard. And welcoming back to our show, our first guest we ever had. Back when Episode 1. He's been seen on NFL commercials. Coleman Green. Let's jump right into it.
He said, "Tell me,
you like my sweater?
Tell me about that grandfather clock. I love everything about this whole shot you've got together. Is that a grandmother clock?
That is a grandmother clock that Laura found in a thrift store, a Goodwill store, and painted it and made it look all beautiful and made it into art. Basically, because that's what she does.
Love it.
Thanks. Yeah, that's but I like your festive, warm holiday scenery right there. I have to go on Netflix and hit Fireplace to get that.
Look, Jim's heating up his dinner too in the background because we got a microwave in the dining room like normal people.
Oh my God,
Jimmy!
That Coleman said hi, Jim. He said, "Hey, Coleman, I'm making dinner in the dining room." We don't have a real kitchen, so the microwave can just show up.
What's going on with your kitchen? What's going on with your kitchen, Dena?
It's the most disorganized kitchen ever. And so there's no microwave. So there's no place for it. So it was on the countertop, but it was taking up too much space. And then I moved it to the bar, but then the bar was in the wrong spot. So I moved the bar over there. I don't know, whatever. I don't care. I was just like, you know what? Maybe we just don't need to microwave anymore. Maybe we just need to be like colonial people and do it over the hearth. And people can just make their meals by the fireplace and churn butter because that's where I am in the pandemic. I don't care anymore.
It works.
I have a question. If all three of you had to go, because women started making bread in the pandemic. If you had to go to colonial times, what would your trade be?
Getting a woman to make bread.
I would be making clothes.
What? You'd be a bloomer.
You'd have to have a trade, Coleman. A loomer. Did you ever go? A loomer. It's like somebody that makes clothes.
With yarn,
it's like a big loom, and you hit it with your feet, and then you crochet.
No.
I would make clothes or blankets.
I would be the village idiot.
So what are you three doing?
So Jason said he's going to be the village idiot.
Yeah, I'll be the village idiot.
Somebody's got to do it.
I got to fill that role. Justin would be the choir director.
I would be at the church for sure.
They have a choir director back in those.
Yeah.
Amen.
I love it,
motherfuckers.
but they probably
Justin,
wouldn't
you
have.
made me
They
burp
wouldn't
with
have had
that.
the organ.
I don't think so.
Probably
No.
not.
Dinner while you guys.
I'll be
Coleman,
the
who
coal
are
man.
you?
Wait, would Coleman be welcome
I'm
back
the coal
then?
man. The coal man.
Oh, you got doing the cold.
Oh, he'd be shoveling coal. Yeah, that's how he got his name.
That's right.
His
Coal
real name is
man.
Douglas,
Coleman.
but it's either Douglas or Miles, but we call him now Coleman because of what he does, what his trade is in the pure. I don't know. I'm thinking Thanksgiving names. God, we haven't had Thanksgiving for about a year now.
And you won't this year either.
So
They're telling you not to. So you have to go to Wawa and get your turkey sandwich. That's be it.
Yeah, get your gobbler.
For this Thanksgiving, I'm eating dinner here with Laura, and that's it.
And your cats.
And the cats. Coleman, what are you doing? What are you thankful for this year in 2020, Coleman?
Not a damn thing.
You got to spend more time with your kids.
I am sitting. Listen. Don't put that up in there. Don't put that out there. I spent enough quality time with these kids. I don't need any more. I don't need any more quality time. 2020
Dena,
has been
Coleman
shit,
was our first guest we ever had on this show, and now we're up to how many episodes, Justin?
Really?
I think if we're including our shorts, this is, I think, episode 13 or 14.
I was on the first show?
You were on the first show.
You are episode 1.
I didn't know I was on the first show. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You were the honorary, cool. the inaugural.
You were the inaugural guest.
Well, I appreciate that. I did not know.
And that's part of the reason why we wanted to have you back on this show, because this is our Thanksgiving special show that's going to be released on Thanksgiving Day. And we just wanted to let you know, Coleman, how thankful we are for you for starting this total shit show.
And I appreciate you having me start this shit show. I appreciate that.
And I one of the things that I wanted to ask you is, so how has life been treating you since that great drive-in show?
I've been okay.
You're still in the same place we saw you last.
Huh?
You're in the same place we saw you last, Coleman.
The same place. I've been right here since the pandemic, and I'm not going any damn where. Not to 2021, maybe. But hopefully by 2022, I'll get out of this chair. But right now, I'm sitting right here. I have been since since May or June, but I think maybe June. I've been to South Carolina. I've been to India. I just got back from Indiana and Ohio. Did a show up in Jersey on the indoor.
Wow.
Limited people, So most of the shows you're getting is no more than 30 people, 35 people. In the clubs, some rooms are getting more people. Like I went to Helium 2 weeks ago to see what's his name, Keith Robinson from Philly, who works with Chris Rock and Kevin Hart and all those guys, and he was down at Helium, and I think the max they had down it was 80 people, and you still had some space in between everybody, and you had the water. Huh?
Did you say 8 people?
80.
Oh, okay.
80 people. Well, I did a show last week. I did a show last week for 5 people. And
I believe that.
Wow.
And they were great. There was, when you sit back there like, oh, this is going to be a shit show. Oh, but they were great. I mean, I've been working, but I think now things are going to shut down again. Well, Philly is shut down. I know some of the Jersey rooms are still open, but the capacity has gone down to 20%, where they were 25%, I believe. So now it's 20, and now you can't serve. They close down everything at 10. Like COVID comes out at 10 o'clock. Like they're not going to get you before 10 o'clock. So it's just weird to me.
Yeah.
COVID does come out at 10:30. Actually, COVID comes out. They want you home by 10.
Yeah.
COVID, that's when he comes. COVID comes knocking on your door. And Rona. So I don't know. I mean, and here
they just
Jason, I'm prepared
schools.
this time.
Coleman, you don't drink.
What does that mean? Well, thanks to Jason.
Because I was talking to Jason last time we was here. Remember we were talking, and I said I was caught. Been trying to get a PlayStation, and Jason was like, "I got one and just sit here." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I got a PlayStation 4." I mean,
Yeah, Coleman
listen,
came all the way over my house and picked up the
listen,
PlayStation.
I
That's
am now. I
awesome.
got my PlayStation. I'm about to get me some art supplies because the beacon shut down.
That's a good
I'm gonna
friend.
start doing artwork again, and plus writing. And I think this time when we're down, I'm not gonna get caught like I think most of us comedians because we just stopped thinking about comedy. And then when it came back, when you got on stage, you had no idea what the hell your jokes were. You couldn't form them right. You was on stage go like the first time I was supposed to do 12 minutes. I think I only did like 8 because I couldn't remember
Right?
anything of my jokes.
That's
Dena, how long has it been?
I'm so afraid I won't remember any of my honestly, like I don't know what I'm gonna do.
How long has it been,
I feel
Dena, since
bad.
you were on stage?
March. My last
Close
show
my
was
door.
March 6th.
Oh wow.
March
It's
6th?
weird. It's weird. Yeah, it was early March, and it was funny because somebody had asked me to do some stand up on a Zoom just recently, and I haven't done any. Like I avoided it like the plague, and then I finally agreed to do one last week, and I was so jammed up. I was like, I don't even remember how these jokes start. Like and then they had said that there weren't going to be any kids on the Zoom, and I get on the Zoom. There's like 200 people on the call, so you can kind of flip
Oh
through the
wow.
people, and there were kids, and I was like, "Oh, you're killing me!" And I was like, "Oh." So then I ended up just I had written down like a bunch of jokes based on the videos we had made throughout quarantine, and so I just did like 20 minutes on our lockdown, and it was funny. I mean, it's definitely relevant. So, but I didn't do any of my jokes because I don't remember them. Apparently, they're available, is what I'm saying to anybody that could remember them. I give you my blessing. I don't know what they are. So
Yeah, but talking about my experience as Miss New Jersey isn't going to fly as well as when you talk about it.
I actually would
depends
love
what you
to hear
wear.
you talk about. Yeah, I would love to see that.
When you went to Home Goods, were you grateful to be out of the house at this point?
For like, I'm always grateful when nobody's in my aisle and I forget that it's a pandemic and nobody's near me. That's fine. It's when I turn the corner and then I just like, oh, I don't know which way to go. And then I just get like, I'm a weirdo. I don't know. I mean, it clearly took me 8 months to get to that. So, like, how long does it take to undo that? Like, once we're all like, okay, it's safe to come out, like, I wonder, like, for another year, will we all be just keenly aware of each other's presence after that in the creepiest way possible? Like, like if you were out in normal life,
Oh, no doubt.
it would take a lot for somebody to creepily get into your space. Now, you give me a side eye from 6 feet away, I'm like, oh, you need to back up. I just think it's going to be so weird. And it'll probably be like that I guess it takes a year to undo that. But I literally judge everybody's Facebook feeds now. If I see a picture of somebody standing within 6 feet of another person, I will judge them like a crazy person. And then I will start looking, when was this? Because they're like, this was a repost from 2018. And then like a judge, like, oh, okay, then that's fine. Like an asshole. And I'm like, who am I that I got to judge everybody's picture? And then only sometimes there's no dates on them. I'm like, okay, those are Zubaz pants. That's from the 80s. That's fine. Like, I will judge everybody's. I'll be like, that is a Bob. That is from the 90s. She's fine. Like, this is an old picture. Like, I got to know when everybody's pictures were taken as if I'm some type of judge. It's horrible to look at other people's feeds because I'm so dumb.
Speaking of Facebook, you're like a sensation on there, Dena. You own Facebook.
I just sit
How many live shows have you done since the quarantine? Do you do one daily?
We probably have done one every day in some fashion. So it started out as like a diary during when it like first happened and everybody was freaking out. So we did about 100 days of a diary. And most of them were funny, but some of them were not funny. There was like, I was having a bad day and it was not funny. But then we kind of turned it into a morning show. It was summertime, and I was starting to get up and watch the news, and I couldn't watch the news anymore. I was like, I can't watch it. It's just too upsetting. And I was like, I just want to hear somebody talk about nothing. and nobody was doing it. I was like, I can talk about nothing, like nobody's business. So I decided to go live every morning, and now people just sign on and talk about nothing.
I'm blown away. Sometimes you'll be on and I'll log on because I see people doing live shows all the time, but nobody has the amount of followers that you do watching your live shows of you eating breakfast and drinking coffee, or on Tuesday nights drinking wine.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. So dumb. It's so dumb, but you do start to realize there are a lot of people who are by themselves and just want the sound of a voice, who isn't really talking about politics or COVID or just nonsense. Like how many of us just wanted to go see our friend at the Starbucks for a few hours and just hear about their dumb life, and you can't. And so think about how much energy we used to put into be entertaining and being on point and precise and tight. Now I'm like, whatever. I brush my hair, and now we'll talk about something. Like we just started a new show called Christmas Cookies with the Curbin. So my maiden name is Curbin. So my mom is this old Italian lady, my dad, and we're gonna make a different Christmas cookie every Friday. We just started making. My grandma, she goes, "You want some pecan balls?" And I was like, "Some what?" She goes, "Some pecan balls." I'm like, "What's a pecan ball?" She's like, "Pecan balls. They got the pecans in them." I'm like, "Are you saying pecan ball?" So it's a pecan cookie, a pecan sandy cookie, right? She used to call them pecan balls. So anyway, so we set it up like this, where my mom is cooking at home, I'm cooking here, and then our audience can get the ingredients and cook along with us. So they can just watch it, whatever. So one of the ingredients in the cookie was vanilla extract, right? Everybody's used vanilla extract in a cookie at some point, right? My mom starts going off. Now, listen to me. Don't you use imitation vanilla extract. It's not good for you. And I was like, yeah, whatever, rich lady. You can afford the pure vanilla extract, but the rest of us, it's like $5 cheaper to just go imitation. Well, somebody gets on the feed and says, that imitation vanilla comes from the excretions from a beaver's butt. And I was like, okay, weirdo. And we keep going. And then somebody goes, no, that's true. Imitation vanilla extract is from a beaver's butt. And then the whole Facebook page lights up and people start posting, it is absolutely from a beaver's butt. This is how we make imitation vanilla. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I don't know how you jump from vanilla bean. We can't afford that. What's the next ingredient we can use? And who was tasting the beaver's butt and was like, this would be great in cookies? I don't understand how we made this jump. Doesn't make sense.
I've drank or tried pure vanilla extract, and it's horrendous. But you're right, though. I don't know why if you mix this, it would be delicious.
I don't understand the problem because I don't mind a little beaver ass every once in a while.
I would so watch Cooking with Coleman every day if you made that a show.
No, it would be, listen, you don't want to see me cook the way I talk.
That's what I want to see. Dena, wouldn't you watch that?
That's what I want to see. I would watch
No,
that.
y'all don't want to see it. Listen, Coleman hates to cook.
That.
Coleman
I would watch before a bowl of cereal, Coleman.
Yes, Coleman like, hello, Grubhub? That's Coleman cooking. That's what I call cooking.
And then us all just watching you wait in your chair for 30 minutes for the.
Where the hell is Grubhub? And now they don't come to the door. You gotta run outside and get your shit before somebody else take it.
Coleman, don't you ever worry though with Grubhub? Like I'm always like, I don't want them messing with my food. I don't know what it is. It creeps me out.
I do. I listen. This is just me. I mean, I worry, but I don't worry. I try to take all the precautions that I can. I mean, I'm joking. I really don't go to call Grubhub, but I do have orders sometimes, and they bring it in with the bag and the rubber gloves and stuff. But you don't know what they're doing before they make it. They could be on there sneezing and elbowing the pizza.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
yeah.
Did you hear about the lady who she goes to the store, she buys ice cream. Okay, now like Breyers, like the fancy ice cream, they got the seal around it, but most ice creams you can just pop open. right?
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
thought
heard the
about it.
lady.
This lady gets herself maybe some mint chocolate chip. She opens the lid and there is an imprint of a penis in her ice cream.
Imprint of a what? A penis?
And a penis. Somebody got their penis and laid it on the top of the ice cream long enough to leave the imprint and then put the top of the ice cream back on.
Someone put their penis in it. I'm sure it's clean.
You know, if I see the mark of a penis, yeah, I'm just taking it back. Hey, somebody put their penis in it. It's not mine.
That sounds like the name of a
It's
Roman
not mine,
Polanski film, The Mark of a Penis.
I'll remember.
Is that, you mean that's when you guys first met?
Yeah, you were opening for
There-
Coleman, and then you got funnier than Coleman, so we switched it.
Everybody funnier than Coleman, so
I'm just kidding. I love you, Coleman.
I know you
He's gonna
did, Jay.
punch you. He's gonna punch
I'm
you.
not gonna play.
Yeah.
He can PlayStation.
Yeah,
he
that
can say
sounds
whatever the
that
hell he
sounds
wants.
right.
He can say whatever he wants. So,
Yeah,
what
people were
is
talking about Thanksgiving that they were looking forward to eating gizzards. I'm like, even the word gizzard, that makes it so I
Not an
don't want to
appealing
eat
word.
Oh, let me
No.
tell you, gizzards are good. That's a black thing. Gizzards and gravy with rice. Oh, that's some good shit. Gizzards and gravy.
I was like,
It sounds horrible, but it is. Whoever makes it
it
right.
sounds
my mom did gizzard
horrible.
gravy. I just be like, ew, I ain't eating that gizzard. Eat it. And I'm like, oh wait a minute, this gizzard tastes kind of good. Yes, yes.
See, when the gizzards are in the gravy, That's
yes,
that.
but the gizzards look nasty. They look
Yeah.
like little testicles. They nasty looking.
God, no.
They do. They
Yeah.
do. A lot of, but a
Yeah,
lot of
well,
skin
that's
on
what-
it. It does.
So I had said today, I was like, I've never had it before. And then my mom chimes in. She's like, yeah, you did. Grandma used to stick it in the gravy. And I was like, oh, like I never knew until this morning.
Yep.
Oh,
That
that's
out.
horrifying.
They cut it
Been
up
a
in
lot.
real small
Beaver-
pieces in the
Beaver
gravy.
butt,
Yep.
gizzards.
Gizzard gravy.
Yep.
Gizzard gravy.
Coleman,
That's the old.
are you cooking the
That's the old
turkey?
school thing.
Are you cooking the turkey, Coleman?
I don't think we're having turkey because we just waste turkey, man. Turkey is
What are you
it
gonna
just go to
have?
waste. I'm not sure what they're cooking. I have no idea. I just sit back and wait for it to eat.
Who does
I
the
just know
cooking?
a few people is doing cooking this year. So it's like a few small family members are getting together. And it's like a potluck, people bringing stuff. So that's what we're doing this year. Just a
And
small
what
little
are you
gathering.
making? What's your specialty? What's your specialty?
I'm making room in my belly for the food. That's what I'm doing.
Are you cooking, Justin?
So we're actually going over to my sister-in-law's, who lives about 5 minutes from us, and because we normally do a whole big family thing where we have about like 30 people in the house.
Right.
My other sister-in-law, her and her husband, bought a 10-foot long dining table specifically for this reason, so that we can have family get-togethers and all that. And just this year, we're not doing it. So my sister-in-law, they have 2 kids, my niece and my nephew, and my wife and I were going over there. We're kind of just all bringing a little something, and just the kids don't even like turkey, so they're just getting a couple rotisserie chickens, and we're doing that.
That's what you're doing.
I'm making some. Yeah, I'm doing some cornbread pudding. That's my thing that I do on Thanksgiving. And
that
I
sounds amazing.
it's troublesome. See, I like to. Some people like to have that hot, but what I like to do is, if there's any leftover, I like to have it cold the next morning with breakfast. Almost like, instead of it's something. It's something to have, because it's almost like a cornbread custard then, and just to have that on the side of your eggs and bacon and sausage and all that, because of course I have to have bacon and sausage. I need to stay big, so that's what we're doing.
Yum.
Okay.
What about you?
yes,
Now
Dena?
I'm starving. We were just talking today. I think we might do ham instead of turkey, because like you can't buy a small turkey, like unless you buy like just like a leg or something, but it's hard to just get like a little one. So we were thinking about doing ham, and then somebody today said that they were going to do prime rib, and I was like, oh, that's so fun. So I don't know. We'll
That's
probably do
good.
ham, some stuffing.
I do love ham.
You know, it's just us.
I love
Yeah,
pigs
100%.
too, so I have to separate that the ham comes from pigs in my mind.
Mhm. Everything good comes from pigs. Yeah. Mhm.
Very
So
true.
yeah, it'll be pretty
I've been
low-key.
told
It's
that.
just us. I'm. What's that?
Nothing.
I'm trying to
Just
know
me
who's
being
dead.
stupid.
I caught that, Coleman.
All right. Well, listen, I have to go do another show, fellows. So I got to get out of here.
Thank you
But
for joining us on
I'm
our
going to leave
Thanksgiving
early. I'm
spectacular.
sorry. I
No,
know.
this
It was good to see everybody's face. Thanks for having me.
very nice to meet you. I'm
Hope
gonna.
to do. I hope to do this again in less than a COVID. So
Dena,
happy
thank you. Happy
All right.
Thanksgiving.
See ya.
See ya.
Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I was gonna ask. I know that things are kind of with COVID and everything there, and I love to hear that you've been out and you've been doing shows. What are things looking moving forward? Did you have anything on the books that's been canceled? Are you doing things in a different way now? What's going on with you?
Uh, no. Well, I had a lot of stuff canceled when it first shut down. But I'm like picking up little things here and there. Like I said, I went to South Carolina, did a weekend down there. Then I came back. I had a couple more of those driving shows. Uh, I did quite a few outdoor venues where summertime, so you can have those where they had the tent shows and they weren't bad. Only thing was fighting with myself to remember all your material. And I'm telling you, even to last week I was on stage and things came back to me that I was like, oh, that's pretty funny, but you forgot about. So things are just coming back, certain things. Plus I've been writing. So my thing, and I'm fighting with myself, trying to remember the old stuff that I used to do, and then try to remember the new stuff that I want to do. And you get kind of crazy, but but all in all, I mean, that's that makes me better, makes me stronger. So, but as I was saying before, if we get shut down again, which we are, and I don't know what extent it's going to be, I'm going to be prepared. So when we do come back, I'm gonna be more ready to do my stand up. Because like I say, I'm writing and I'm preparing stuff, and I'm going over like every couple of days, going over my jokes, going over some of my old stuff that I've seen that I can bring back. I want to be more prepared than I was this time coming back. I was just at the Comedy Cove last weekend.
I saw that. You looked awfully close to some people. I was looking at those pictures. Now I'm thinking Dena would have judged you if she saw that.
Yeah, she would have. One picture I had without my mask. A couple of them I had it on, so they grab you at the
I know. Sometimes it's weird. As cautious as you are, sometimes you still feel like I don't want to be that guy who says I have to wear a mask now.
No, listen, I wear it every time when I'm supposed to. Like I said, even I wore it up on stage. I kept it in my pocket. I think I took one without my mask. I took most of them. I took with my mask. When I'm taking, I try not to avoid to take the pictures, but sometimes you don't want to be a dick. Like I know some guys say, "Well, I don't want to take pictures because of COVID," and listen, that's what they want to do. That's what they do.
You can catch it from the camera.
So I just pray that that I don't catch anything, and not putting myself in harm's way. But it's just like if you go walk down the street, like I said, who to say you go to Home Depot, pick up a hammer, you're not gonna get it. I don't know if you can get it that way, but I'm just saying.
Not a hammer, but a screwdriver.
Well, depends on when that screwdriver been.
That's true. I mean, and if you get it, you're really screwed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
thank you.
See, that's pretty good. He's here all week.
I've never actually thought of you as an offensive comic, though. I mean, I don't.
But some people do. Like this one lady when I was in Indiana, she thought I was offensive. She said I was, how people were sensitive with race and stuff. How I was insensitive to it when you hear a white woman talk about all lives matter and shit like that. I was like, oh, here we go. But I was, in my act, I talk about black, white, Chinese, I talk about everybody, not in a foul, bad way. But I just, I just touch on the shit that people be, saying about. But, I hit it a different way to make you thought, but in a funny way. Think about what you're thinking or what you're saying. And that's what it is. And that's what it is. And I'm not going to, I like some things I may say if I feel that with the audience, okay, I don't think I can say this bit with this audience because they may take it the wrong way. That's something that I'll do sometimes. I'll take certain things out of my act and say, well, I don't think this type of audience will go for that. But still, I want to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Just me.
I mean, as a Jew, I've done.
Whoa! You a Jew?
Sorry, man. I'm sorry to break it to you this way.
Listen.
Watch him go away.
All these years I've known you, and listen, all this time I thought you was a Muslim or some shit like that. And you a damn.
It's the sweater. It's the sweater, isn't it?
You a Jew. Ain't that a bitch? I'm sorry, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
I did some Holocaust jokes because it's literally a coping mechanism for me to joke about anything that upsets me, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this. But a woman came up to me after
comedians do.
Right, and a woman came up to me after the show. Actually, after I got off stage, she walks up to me. I'm walking around the back of the tables. She comes up to me. Excuse me. Don't you ever say that again. Don't you ever say that again. That is incredibly offensive to these people. You don't know what these people went through. I was like, I do. That's why I was talking about it. She was, she didn't get it. And
stay the fuck home if you don't want to. Listen, a prime example, Tim Grill. You know Tim Grill.
Yes.
Tim goes and he does, he has spina bifida, and he does joking about his spina bifida and, being handicapped. And he talks about it. He's living the life. And people get upset about him talking about it.
Right.
Listen, this man, he's making light of his, what he said, if he's making light of it, it's okay. You can laugh at it. But people get upset about it. You know what, Tim? You take your cane and just knock the shit out of him. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? No, but listen. But one of the best things as a comic is when people come up to you after a show and say, for the hour, 45 minutes, whatever you did, you have taken them out of whatever they was going on in their life and gave them that. Sorry about that. You took about it, whatever they were feeling. Like this one lady said, somebody in the family just passed away, and I brought some joy to her for the hour. Something took her mind off of it. That's why we do this.
That's the point of comedy. Exactly.
That's the point of comedy. That's what we do. And I've had that happen numerous times during my stand-up career where people have come up to say, thank you because I was going through a rough patch or just something happened, tragedy in the family. And that's what it is. But then when you get these people to come to a club, it's a comedy club. And, you're going to hear some shit that you may not like, but it's all in fun. It's nothing personal. And I'm not saying no new comics out there to get personal or say something, but most comics don't. They just having fun, making fun. That's what comedy is about. So I love what I do. But gentlemen, I'm gonna have to get ready to go to his bed, my daughter bedtime, and I gotta go like punch her out and give her some Benadryl.
Coleman, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you so much.
Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. I appreciate you guys having me on, and
it's okay. I appreciate you doing this. Thank you so much.
You're a good you guys, man. You guys have a good Thanksgiving. Got in trouble. Don't drink too much.
Yeah, we'll try.
Take care, man.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
That was Dena Blizzard and Coleman Green. Thank you for being on the show. Justin Gonzalez, thank you as always for being my everything, my world, doing everything that my wife doesn't do for me.
And Jason, thank you for again this opportunity to be on this show and to talk with these just funny, hilarious, and just wonderful people. I know what I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving, and just thank you so much.
Put the number up on the bottom of the screen that so they can pledge. It's your tone of voice. It just reminds me of that.
1 800 number is right down there. Please call.
For pledges of $5 or more, you get the tote bag.
$10 or more, you actually get the lapel pin. And
Just
that way,
so you know, this is a joke. If you decide to Venmo, tips are welcome. If you decide to Venmo, you're not getting a tote bag, but you'll be appreciated.
you will be greatly appreciated.
And the more you donate, the more great guests we can get on the show. The more great content. You're welcome to listen for free, but why be a cheap bastard, right? Am I right? Come on. So, hey. Do that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you kept going.
Of course, I do. Well, I have more stamina than you when it comes to these.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, listen, have a happy, merry, happy Thanksgiving. Don't litter.
Don't do it.
Everybody's saying stay safe. I'm going to go with don't litter.
Don't litter. I'm still going to say stay safe.
And some people will be watching this and saying, "Oh, you're giving into fear mongering." So what was what I say to that?
There's worse things to monger,
like fish,
or beaver butt.
Oh, vanilla.
Yeah.
Well, now I drank juice straight from the beaver's butt because I have had a teaspoonful of vanilla extract to see what it tasted like, and it was.
But was it pure vanilla extract or was it imitation? Do you recall?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. Oh, the imitation is made from beaver ass.
Correct. The pure vanilla extract is purely vanilla. It's vanilla and alcohol. But yeah. But that makes me think now, like candles. Like things like that. The vanilla scented candles and creams, are those actually beaver butt?
Let's ask Wally.
So we'll have to. You know what? We'll make sure to ask on the next episode for sure. Yes.
Justin, thank you again.
Thank you, Jason. A pleasure as always, my friend. Well, there's all these rules with food. I mean, we're all familiar with the 5 inches rule, right? If it's
no,
that was a joke.
The 5 inches.
Like the 5-second rule. But okay, thank you. Hi, I'm an opera singer, not a comic. How are you?
He's trying.
And I'm not sure what the story is about how you all came to meet Jason. But I know that Dena and Coleman were friends, before, this whole conglomerate with Jason.
Bodyguard when he was a stripper.
When he was a stripper?
No, that's not Jay. Tell the truth. We met at a swingers club.
How about we do that out now? And we just say, okay, so that was Dena Blizzard, that was Coleman Green, and again, so glad to have our first guest back on to say
maybe
thank
he'll be
you.
Funnier next time. Keep watching. Wow. That was Dena Blizzard and Coleman Green. Wait, no. Do it over.
So, but take it away. We'll do the ending now.
Oh,
as in now.
Yeah, because remember, I forgot.
Okay, I will.
All right. So remember, and keep remembering, don't kill your family this holiday season.
I believe that's what the French would call a faux pas.
Yeah. Killing your family isn't good.
No, it's frowned
If you
upon.
love them. If you love them, don't kill them.
Even if you don't love them, you probably shouldn't. I believe it's
No,
illegal.
don't kill. Oh my God, look at my hand. I look like some old... You know what? Don't kill your family. All right?
There's many things that you can do. Don't kill your family. Don't do it. You don't got to do that.
Get home safe. Oh, you're
With-
home.
I'm not at the home, but I'm at my home.
All right. Justin, thank you. I hope to keep continuing this tradition year after year until we're dead.
So 3 years.
Exactly. Wow. In 4 years, you're going to look back at this and say, shit, I shouldn't have said that.
Probably not, but hey.
If I died in 3 years' time, you'll be amazing.
Fuck Nostradamus. He ain't got shit on me. Shit. I guess I gotta change the logo.